Hi, I'm Ed August. I believe that I'm one of the more prolific authors in Arizona, especially in the Tucson area. When I got to the state in 2008, I started putting together some of my writings, and all these books that you see here came out in that year, in 2008. Here is Semi-Mesozoic Pizza with Primordial Anchovies and Seismological Moments. That's a book having to do with earthquakes and tsunamis. Here is Dreams and Visions. This all is filled with Jung and Freud and all their theories and stuff like that there. But there's more than that. There's also dreams and daydreams and visions and all sorts of spectacular things like that. Here is my Strange and Unusual Worlds correspondence on the occult and bizarre. Here is my August's Astrological Archive. This is about, 290 pages or so. Having to do with questions and answers all about esoteric from astrology to the tarot. Here's my book of movie and book reviews, Vlad the Impaler and others. Not something you see every day. Meditations on real estate. Just as real estate was going through that incredible balloon burst, bump, whatever you want to call it, in 2008, 2009, I came out with this book on it. Here's the Sacred Desert Womb Pool. This was something that I did in Phoenix in a backyard. I turned a patch of sand into first a wishing well and then into a rebirthing pool. And that's the experience that I had. Strange creatures were dwelling in that pool, let me tell you. Speaking of creatures, here's changes in human species. This is a channeled book. This is the most bizarre book. I can't even begin to describe it right now. Astrology, God, and Humanity. I think I'm a little presumptuous here, talking about astrology in relation to religion. Here is the Magic Wands book. And yes, indeed, there's the famous card from the Waite Rider Smith deck. And all about magic wands. This is one of my most popular books, believe it or not, Get Rich Buying at Yard Sales, because that's something that I've done and done enormously well at. This details some experiences, including buying a book for 10 cents on the third day of an estate sale that turned out to be worth $850. By the way, a lot of these books have my art in them also. I have definitely a little bit of art here and there. And I also have done makeovers. I've taken books that are out of copyright and have republished them. I've put my illustrations in them and whatnot, and this is a galley actually for one that I used to have. And these are some older books. This is from San Jose State in the late 1960s. The Old Ranger Speaks. There's some of my poems in there. I have over 400 poems. This is summer poems. A kid, a young kid, 17 years old, puts together a book, and where is this? I wanted to show you a photo. See, there I am. That was me when I was about 17 years old, attending Santa Clara High School, which is having its 50th reunion this year. Can earthquakes be predicted? As near as I can tell, this is the first book that's ever been done on predicting earthquakes using astrology. There's only several copies of it left in the world. Here's one that I did under a pen name called Strange and Terrible Things Indeed, The Gates of the Buddha. You don't see that every day. Here's another one on what astrology can do for you, what you can do for astrology. Here's my Christian astrology based on the birth chart of Jesus Christ. You don't see that every day either. And well, anyway, he's got quite a chart, let me tell you. That same year I also did, that was 1998, I also did Secrets of the Ouija Board with my friend Nikki Ligtoline. That's a marvelous little pamphlet, a beginner thing on Ouija and how to use those kind of boards in general. Planet Mercury, Messenger of the Gods. Late Night at the Racetrack and Other Tales of Horror. And there's at least 3 books that are missing here. One is a book of occult poetry, which came out in English and French translation. And then, let's see, one called Eclipse, which was my book of poetry and my brother's artworks.